Good morning and welcome to my channel. My name is Joyce, and today I want to quickly just talk about a subject that stemmed from a conversation that I had yesterday with a friend of mine. And we were talking about how difficult it can be when you are trying out new things or learning new ways of thinking or new subjects. Or it could just be if you're traveling to a country that you've never been. Oh my gosh, it is sunnying. So please forgive the sun coming through, but we're going to power through. And I don't know if you recall the first time you had to learn a subject that was quite difficult, or you've never ever even attempted, say physics, which is quite difficult for a lot of people, certainly for me, or maths was a difficult one for me. And just learning that subject took for what felt like forever, because it it was something that I'd never tried before. I was finding it quite difficult. Sometimes the teachers that are maybe even teaching the subjects aren't necessarily the right fit for you, right? Because of the way they talk, maybe the way they teach, it just doesn't gel with your way of thinking or learning. And that's okay. The best way to don't abandon the subject, but rather abandon the teacher and find one, if you're very keen on the subject, that will open that door for you. And often it's just about learning and allowing yourself the time to keep at it so that you can understand it. As they say, Rome was not built in a day. Equally, when you're learning a new subject, it's not going to take an hour, a year, maybe 5 years. It just needs a bit more time. And you have to learn to be patient with yourself, to allow yourself the time to get there. Try different teachers. Try different books or way of learning. Try different methods of learning. The same thing. And eventually the penny will drop. You will get there. I remember when I was learning to drive, I found driving really challenging, because it was like I learned again when I was quite young. So it was about me accepting, right, that I can maneuver this car. And it was quite tiny, the one that I tried with. It was, I think, a Micra. And I remember just thinking, what happens when you get on a hill? Am I going to reverse back? And I kid you not, one time my foot was shaking so much, I actually had to let go. My instructor had to step in and use his brakes. So, but I kept at it. Eventually, I did change teachers. I can't remember what happened to the first one. But I got there, and it took me a year. So never give up. Whatever you're trying to do, keep at it. Sometimes it's just a change of scene. Sometimes just a change of teachers. Sometimes it's just persistence. So there you go. Have an incredible day. Apologies for the sun streaming through, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.